Hi, I'm Alicia Blanchard with Remax Town and Country in Blairsville, Georgia,
And I'm Elizabeth Birnbaum with Remax Town and Country, also here in Blairsville, Georgia. And this is Porchlight Sessions.
where we shine a light on all things real estate, from getting your home market ready to navigating today's market with confidence.
We are bringing in trusted local contractors, inspectors, lenders, and industry pros to share real experiences, real stories, and real advice.
So whether you're buying, selling, or building, or just like talking houses, pull up a chair.
Welcome to Porchlight Sessions. So before we jump into the topics that we're going to discuss today, tell everybody a little bit about how you started in real estate here in Blairsville.
Okay. Well, as you know, I'm from Blairsville, born and raised here. I went to high school here. Never really left for college. I commuted to college over the mountain and back, so I never really technically left. I have a little bit of a background in healthcare. I worked at a nursing home for about 8 years. I worked in a dentist's office for a couple years. And I also have some retail sales background, but none of that stuff really led me to real estate. They help in the real estate industry, but what led me to real estate is the fact that my husband is a firefighter here in the county. And so if you don't know much about the fire department, they work 24-hour shifts. They are answering calls even when they're not on shift a lot of times. He's teaching classes, helping with training. So he's present, but he's gone a lot,
Right.
and we have 3 children. And so I needed a career where I could be present for my children, be the one at home at night, be the one getting them to and from school and to their activities. So real estate was an obvious, option for me because of the flexibility.
Right.
I can somewhat make my own schedule for the most part and still be present for my my children and my family.
I'm sure they're all involved in a bunch of sports and everything.
Yes, we're going nonstop with all kinds of activities in this community, which I love because then I get to connect to, their friends and their friends' parents and build those relationships. And just I also really enjoy sharing this community with others, and so that really connected into real estate also.
Yeah, makes sense.
So what about you, Elizabeth? You're not from around here?
No, I'm sure most people can tell that I am not from around here. Originally, I'm from Miami. So yes, that means I traded traffic for deer and palm trees for mountains.
Okay, so what brought you to Blairsville then?
Well, I spent most of my life in Miami, but I did spend 15 years in Nashville, and me and my family, we moved here in 2019. And the reason we moved here is because my parents moved here about 20 years ago. They retired, and then shortly after, my sister and her family moved up, and they own Dan's Grill Cuban Cuisine.
Oh, yum.
So if you were wondering how a small town like this scored some legit Cuban food, now you know. So before real estate, I worked in the medical field. I managed a few practices and handled a lot of high-stress situations, a lot of doctors, medical assistants, and I was in charge of patient relations. So it helped a lot with real estate because real estate is very stressful. And so, it helps to have that experience, problem solving and helping people. When we sold our home in Nashville and we moved here, we had 2 great experiences with our real estate agent over there and our real estate agent over here.
Right.
And that totally changed my direction as far as career goes. And I quickly learned that I wanted to help other families navigate the same process and help them with something that's so overwhelming, just to be smooth, for them to be excited, because as a transplant, I get it. I can relate to the process, and I want to be an advocate and a guide for my clients and somebody that they can count on that's in their corner. So I may be a Miami girl in the mountains, but I'm all in, and I truly love helping people build their next chapter here. And I love living alongside this community. I'm really grateful for that opportunity.
And I think that's something we both enjoy is building relationships with our clients, becoming friends with our clients. Yep. I have so many friends that I've made through these transactions that I probably wouldn't have met these people otherwise.
Exactly.
It's a fun career to be in and to really connect with other people in the community.